Hello everybody, here again a new video from Renee from Spain, and I have the ventilator on because it's like so warm. It's like 43 degrees or something. It's like it's crazy warm because we have a kind of a heat wave coming from Africa, and of course I'm on the Mediterranean Sea and we have Africa just on the other side, you know, Morocco and Algeria. That's why a lot of times you have this wind coming from there and it's very warm. Also sometimes you have these storms, this brown storm, you know, then maybe it starts raining and it's all brown rain from the Sahara, from the desert. Okay, enough about that. This is about 5 albums that I personally love. I love these 5 albums, but a lot of times you know, people don't really talk so well about them, or they don't even mention these records, you know, when they talk about these bands. And I'm gonna start straight away with one of the most underrated albums from the 80s, in my opinion. For sure some of you guys like it too, but for me this is very special, this album. Calm Before the Storm. We still have Abaddon on here and Kronos. Mantas, you know, he was gone. He went solo actually, and he made a very melodic hard rock album, you know, under the name Mantas. Quite a good album too. This is also more melodic. They got not much to do anymore with the very early days of Venom. This is more heavy metal. It's really, really cool. I mean, Jacek, the chanting of the priest, or Calm Before the Storm, Gypsy, Deadline, Beauty and the Beast. Just an outstanding album from 1986. I think it came out. And after this, Kronos left, and then the Demolition Hammer guy from Atomkraft, you know, he went on vocals, you know, with and then Mantas came back in the band, and then they did Prime Evil, that I also love. You know, Prime Evil is a very underrated record too. I think that one came out in 88 or something. I think this one is 86. This is the next album after Possessed. Then this came out. Calm Before the Storm. Great album. Great cover art too. Okay. The next one is this one by Tankards from the mid-90s. You know, thrash metal. There were not many people that were still following thrash metal back then, because a lot of them moved to death metal, or they moved to black metal, or they moved to grunge, or to alternative stuff. But this was a good record. It's not as thrash metal as the early days, of course. You know, this was a different type of album, but very good songs are on here. This is just a very good album. The Tankards by the German band Tankards. Check it out if you haven't. Another underrated is Black Sabbath, Technical Ecstasy. This came out still in the 70s, of course with Ozzy, but very underrated in my opinion. A lot of people don't talk well about this album, or they even don't talk about this album at all. And it's great, from 76. And we have here songs like Dirty Woman, Rock and Roll Doctor, I think that was a single, great song. It's Alright, it's a great ballad type of song with keyboards. Guns N' Roses covered that song, you know, back on the Use Your Illusion tour. It's just great. It's a great album, great cover art too, very modern. You know, back then it was very modern and still looks modern, in my opinion. Okay. Then an album that nearly everybody names when they talk about underrated records. I'm going to name it too, I don't know where it is. Wait here. Iron Maiden, No Prayer for the Dying. I mean, this is from 1990, and to me, I love this album. I really do. The only 2 songs I never really cared about were actually the 2 singles, Holy Smoke and Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. It was originally a Bruce Dickinson song, but finally he gave it to Iron Maiden to put it on this record. It was a big hit for them, but I never care about that song. The lyrics are stupid. I just don't like it. And here we have a sticker from the tour, the 1990 No Prayers for the Dying tour. No Prayer on the Road tour dates. Barcelona, Madrid and San Sebastian. And this is just Of course, everybody knows these records, but a lot of people, you know, they always talk about the first albums. I love the first albums, but this one is a great one. And Fear of the Dark is an older one I really like. And I really like the X Factor too, with Blaze Bayley. I didn't like it as much. I like it more now than when it was released, you know, the X Factor. But this album is great. I mean, just listen to Run Silent, Run Deep, Public Enema #1, No Pray for the Dying, Hooks in You, Mother Russia. Just so many great songs are on here, you know. Okay, and the last one I'm going to show. I could show 2 albums by this band actually, but I'm going to show only one. This is the 1987 album, REO Speedwagon, with Life as We Know It. I mean, they were super popular in the early 80s. Of course, they already made some rock albums, like heavy albums in the 70s, but they really became like super mega stars in the early 80s. And later, by 87, you know, people just didn't listen to them so much anymore, and there's not really a big hit on this album. That's why this album sold a lot less. But I like this album a lot. You know, I really like it. I also like the cover art. It's a little different type of cover art, and I really like it. This is a Japanese edition. I have it sealed, not sealed, but you know, I don't want to take it out. But this is a Japanese on vinyl, you know, original press, of course. Great stuff. And the other one, of course, is just about REO. This album, this is even more underrated. Very few people even know, I think, this album exists. It's from 1990. I mean, for sure a lot of people know, but you know, nobody talks about this album. Just check the song "Love Is a Rock." Got some good songs on here too, but this is the one that I'm really pointing out. You know, from '87, because I think this album is better than this one. You know. Okay. Quickly, maybe something else. Maybe some things I've been listening lately. Quickly, you know, to only 7 minutes video. Maybe I can go up to 10. Rob Rock debut album. Of course, Joshua, singer, vocalist. He was also in Axel Repel, Race of Creation. Great stuff from 2000s. I listened to this one by Iron Savior. This is the last album they have now, till now, from 2019. German heavy power metal, of course. They've been going on since the early 2000s. You know, they always give great concerts. Just great. It's a good album. Peter Silk, he's like the boss of the band, and he knows how to write good songs. He worked with Blind Guardian and a lot of older artists, like in the 90s, the early 90s. This album by Exciter is a great one. This was the second full-length album they did with this vocalist. You know, Beeler was out of the band, of course, back then. And great songs on here, like Metal Crusaders, Rule with an Iron Fist. Fist, great song. Weapons of Mass Destruction. And Violator. Check the song, Violator. It's just a direct, great speed heavy metal album. Blood of Tyrants. From, I think the early 2000s. I don't even remember when it came out anymore. It was, I don't know. I remember it was my top 10. Maybe it could be of that year. I remember that. 2000s. Recorded 99, 2000. It came out in the year 2000. 20 years already. That's crazy. How time is flying. Here we have the Hardcore Holocaust 87-88 sessions with Bolt Thrower, Extreme Noise Terror, Stupid, Napalm Death, Unseen Terror, and Unseen Terror. Also, I was gonna play this one this week. Great, crusty, punky, hardcore thrash, grindy compilation. A lot of songs on here, very good one. And that was it. Yes, that was it for now. Okay, stay metal everybody.